Hello and welcome to another episode of Evening Crypto with your boy, your host, the Real Shot 256. And tonight, I want to get tonight's video started with the move. We do want to we as we watch this guy take off to the moon. I do want to point out and sort of flex a little bit. Don't usually flex in this channel, but I do. I think today is kind of warranted. We've been calling for this move to 9,000 um, for quite a while. Since about, I want to say about 10th or 12th of April, we've been talking about a possible move to 9,500. Okay. And so if you're catching this video for the first time, you can follow me at the Real Shot to 56 at Twitter, where I usually post these updates, and you can stay on top of all the updates that I am talking about. Here again, I posted another update on the 19th, talking about 9.5K again, being the quite a possibility. And just giving you guys some consistent updates. April 19th again, talking about that move to 9.5K. So if you're not following, you guys, you're missing out. Sometimes I get these really, these inklings that things are going to happen, and we saw it from a couple of weeks ago, and so just wanted to flex a little bit. So make sure you follow the channel. Make sure you hit subscribe here on YouTube, and you also go to Twitter and follow us there as well. Another interesting thing that we had sort of identified is, also April 13th, Governor Cuomo came out and said, in New York, came out and said the worst is behind us. So, and at that point, I kind of posed the question, good things to come. I thought so. These were some of the things that I was looking at and was involved in. Novio, Guild, Guild's struggling a little bit, but doing pretty good nonetheless. Zoom has been doing amazingly. BNO is kind of stuck, but we know that BNO and oil is going to at some point skyrocket once things get back to normal. So it is definitely one of those plays that I will be, leaving my plays on a longer term scale. Where were we? We were around $8,300 on the that's the S&P here. Look at the 4 hour on the S&P. And good things definitely came afterwards, after the governor of Cuomo started talking about the worst is behind us. And now we see well, that was around, what was it? Let's go back to it so we can catch the date. This was April 13th. So let's see where we were on April 13th. So let's see. April 13th. We were somewhere down here. Um, if we look at the daily, this will make it a lot easier. So April 13th, right here. This is the candle we were looking at. 2700. We'll just call it. What did it close at? It closed at 2761. And where are we now? 2912. That's where we closed. Yeah, that's where we closed today's S&P. So definitely good things did come after the announcement of Governor Cuomo of New York, saying that things, were starting to look a little better, and things were, coronavirus was starting to taper off a little bit. And we do see that continuation, a little bit of a dip afterwards, but then, continuation of that recovery here. How did the NASDAQ end? Well, pretty darn good, bouncing off of this line of support here. And we closed the day at 109.67. So things are definitely looking in the up and up for traditional stocks and traditional legacy markets. Um, some of these things are in the red, some of these things are in the green. Crypto is certainly mostly in the green. If we go to the coin market cap index, we're still at $244 billion and $230 billion trading. This number just keeps impressing me. There's more and more volume. coming into the crypto sphere on a trading scale. And we do see that a lot of a lot of this volume is buyers coming in here and scooping up the prices on crypto. So we'll take a look at that as well. I did want to kind of go over traditional markets as well, and briefly just mention some of the place that we are still in, like Delta Airlines, which has been pretty generous as of late, last couple of days. American Airlines coming back up from the low at around $10, breaking out here. This is definitely a confirmed breakout. Pretty much all of except for Southwest Airlines, pretty much a lot of these airlines are in a breakout formation. So if you haven't looked at airlines, you should. You should definitely do that. And also cruise lines also breaking out here. We saw that earlier this week um, with Royal Caribbean also breaking out of this triangle or wedge formation. So there's definitely plenty of opportunity. INO giving some of those gains back, but I mean, look at that big breakout move here. At this point, I don't know if I want to buy into this right now, as a lot of stocks that had a previous run are seemingly in a corrective phase. So I don't know necessarily this is the best time, but INO, for example, is actually finding support at the 30 simple there. But there is, according to the daily RSI, it looks like there is more room for a correction. So I'm not sure that I would want to enter there unless you want to enter a short there. Might be, or a put might be a good option there. No pun intended there. But if you guys have any questions, I think I've been over some of these plays. We're into the airlines. We're into Zoom. We're into Boeing, which I think Boeing at some point again is going to bounce back. We're into oil stocks, as I do think they're close to bottom and they are undervalued. So when this thing corrects, it will be a very beautiful thing to see on the way up when oil stocks, start correcting. There's some 5G plays that we're following. Not really into them at this very moment in time, but there are some interesting 5G plays here, like T-Mobile, Intel Corp. Well, it's not necessarily a 5G, but Broadcom certainly, Marvel Tech, certainly looking at these and paying attention to these things. The Motley Fool called some of these 5G stocks, the next wave of Amazons, right? So they're basically saying that allegedly some of these stocks are going to go, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100x. 100x. That's the Motley Fool speaking, not really me. I'd be foolish to kind of follow it on that. You guys know I'm much more conservative than that. So anyway, let's get into what you guys like, which is the crypto sphere. As I started the video talking about Bitcoin and this particular move here, to 9.5K, right? Let's pick it back up there. Let's go to our trusty Bitstamp chart and look at that. Voila. What was the high of this one? It was 94.85. So we missed 9,500 on this particular run by $15. And look at, if you guys want to go back and check my last couple of videos, I was letting you guys know if we close anything above like a 4 hour or a daily above, what was this, 78.50, then look out above, because we were going to make that would be the catalyst to actually complete this run, and this was my target here. My box right around 9,500. And look at that, we touched it, graced it, and then came back down with a nice corrective candle here. This is definitely indicative of a trend reversal here, this daily candle, if we look at it. That is the kind of thing that I like to see from a TA standpoint, as something that would indicate a reversal, right? And pretty much dead on, right? This was the bet. This was what we were looking for, a blow off top, a really nice, aggressive, momentous move to the upside with ending with a very, very long wick to the upside and rejecting downwards, right? So we got it. And, we can say that this move in particular, we've reached the local almost, we can almost say that this is the local high. And then we can start making some bets as to where this might actually fall. I do think we have a little bit more. I want to see a retest of the 200 EMA here, just a retest. I don't want to see us breaking it. If we do break it, it's gonna be really interesting and really ugly in my opinion. Um, if we do that, um, the 55 is coming down here with confluence along with this ascending line of support here around 7,300. That's if we break the 200 and the 200 SMA here at around 79.45. I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to. I just want to see a nice little touch and go here with a nice long wick, and then head way up, and actually would like to see a retest of 9,500. I think we're gonna do. I think we are gonna do. I mean, this here's what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking so far, and you guys know that recently I've been pretty hot with these calls. So um, this is what I'm thinking. Some sort of retest down here, the 200. There's no other EMA up here to really talk about or hold us down, except for previous pivots back here that will serve as resistance. Nice little retest of the 200, and then another retest of 9,500, depending on what happens there. But I wasn't getting too bullish on us going above 9,500. I was certain that we were going to touch and go there, touch and come back. Um, I was expecting a retest. I'm still expecting a retest of the 200 before we actually retest 9,500. So if you ask me where are we going, we're probably going down temporarily here to the 200 and find a nice support there, a lot of buying pressure there, and then coming back up to retest the 9,500. Let's look for that in the next, I don't know, I'd say 2 weeks is ample time to see that all play out. Honestly, with the way things have been going, I would venture a guess that we might actually get this done before 2 weeks' time. Again, because we do have the halving event coming up here, and we're getting closer. I mean, today is the last day of the month, which reminds me, did we just get a new monthly candle? I believe we did. I believe we just got a new monthly candle. Let's actually look at the monthly. There we go. Yep, we just got a new monthly candle, guys. So let's pause for a quick celebration there. We got a new monthly candle there. Let's see where this goes. Um, I had this previous um, signal there, but let's actually get rid of it now. All right, so here we go. That's kind of where things are looking. Um, nice little retest on this one. Now, take a look at this though. Uh, I mean, so last month the low was 3850, right? That was that retest of the high 3800. Nice. I mean, complete just madness last month, hitting 3800. I don't know if we're ever going to see those levels again. I do think again we're due to reject off of 9500. I do think we hold here, but anyway, what I wanted to bring up is this here. Look at this monthly candle versus this monthly candle. This could have been sort of a bullish engulfing candle, but the fact that this long wick, I mean, hit and touched 3,800 invalidates this as a bullish engulfing. So uh, all bets are off. Anything could happen here. I do think again this month we are going to touch 9,500 again, but we'll see where that leads us. Right. I don't think we're just gonna blow through it just now. Eventually we will. I do think again eventually we will. But there's also plenty of support coming in down here, you guys, where the 21 on the monthly is. If we come back and retest that, that was at the bottom of that wedge that we were talking about on the daily. If we go back to the daily, so there is some confluence in support there, where the 55 is in the bottom of this wedge at 7,300. The monthly is also letting us know that there is going to be plenty of support coming in there. So I do expect that to hold at 7,300. A retest of that on a monthly scale is seems way more plausible than on any other time frame. So watch out for that. A retest of 73, 7,400 would not rule that out at all. At all. It's if we break that 7,200 level that it starts to get ugly again. And look at the monthly 55 here coming in at around 5,500. If we get that, I mean, you better be buying the crap out of this. I hope. I hope. So keep some cash in the sidelines. It's in my opinion, I don't want to play this top here. I really don't. At 8,700, it's too risky. Um, it's too risky. Let's actually take a look at um, the shorts here on the monthly. Shorts getting squeezed out and dropping quite a bit. Yeah, we haven't gotten a new short or a new monthly um, on the shorts yet. Let's actually go to the weekly. Actually, no, I want to look at the daily and see what shorts and longs are doing. Shorts, I mean, pretty much have left the building. So nobody's really short right now. I mean, I would be shorting this if anything. It's too risky for a long, or it's too risky for a spot. Uh, I mean, this looks iffy to me. Some indecision here. I kind of wanted to see a little more the shorts sort of closing their positions, but we're not getting as many um, traders doing that as we would like. But then also look at the longs. Longs are also saying, okay, that's enough. That is enough. We're going to pull out, finding support here. I'm not going to get too technical on the longs and shorts with the 200 and the 200 SMA coming in here, sort of as support. But I don't really pay attention to these. It's not really something that will not an indicator you can really rely on. That's what I'm trying to say here. So people are abandoning their shorts and also abandoning the longs. But I do think the longs have the edge here. I do think, as in, I think they're correctly abandoning their longs here because again we topped off at 94.85, almost 9,500. So pretty good to see that. That's in confluence. That just means that there's some congruency in the market. Shorts should be higher, in my opinion. Shorts should be coming in at these levels. We should see an uptake in the shorts here, but maybe tomorrow we'll see that. But it is something that we should be seeing pretty relatively soon here. All right, let's go back to the Bitcoin chart. So as far as the short term of things, you guys kind of got my opinion already. We should be coming down to retest at the simple 200 and the 200 EMA here, right at this box at 78.50. I would like to see that. It's still pretty healthy. That's also where the 30 is coming in at. So on the daily, so that just tells you there's plenty of support at those levels. So at that point, you can enter a call, you can enter a long, or just buy spot, whatever you guys are comfortable with. All right. So, and this formation here, this rising wedge has also now been, we've broken out of this formation here. So now this is the thing of the past. We're on to bigger, better things. We might be forming a nice little triangle or wedge up again here, as Bitcoin loves to do. And then we'll try to play that accordingly. But again, I want to see this range get widened a little more here. So let's actually go to the lower time frames. Look at the 2 hour now. Yeah, I mean, you can already start to see it here. If we go to the 1 hour, 1 hour is also showing us sort of the same thing. Lost plenty of momentum here. If we do get to break out above this line of resistance here, that's going to be another breakout. So you guys can definitely keep an eye on that. Hourly is finding support on the 55, but up against this line of resistance again. So kind of too early for another move up, although this is Bitcoin, this is crypto. Crazier things have happened. It is, I mean, just wedging and just squeezing up against this line of resistance. If we see it fail, we're probably going to retest 55 as support here. We'll see what happens from there. But again, a retest of 78.50 is nice and healthy still. All right, so keep that in mind. You might even put some purchase orders down here at starting at 7,900 to 7,850. Not a bad idea, just in case, and just maybe scale your way in on the way down. Just put about 5 or 10% here, 5 or 10% down here where the 200 is on the hourly, and then another your bulk purchases should be coming down here, right below 7,900. All right. All right, guys. So that's what I got for Bitcoin. Let's look at Link and see what it's doing. We're looking at the hourly. Let's actually look at the 4 hour for a little bit more perspective. I mean, it did follow in this run, but I mean, did not blow it out of the water. Staying relatively tight here, which sometimes we see this again, the pendulum, right? I always use this analogy. The pendulum swinging right now is still in the favor of Bitcoin, but when it swings back to the altcoins, watch out for some altcoins definitely surging. Not Litecoin, but Link is definitely one of those that when the pendulum swings back, oh boy, you better be ready with Link, because I mean it's proven to make some really really amazing nasty moves. So pay attention to that. XRP did follow more or less with what Bitcoin did. Let's actually put a measurement here to the tune of about 20%. I mean, so right on par with Bitcoin. Let's look at BNB. It doesn't look like BNB really was all that as impressive. 12%, not too bad, not a bad day in trading. ETH. Let's look at ETH. See what ETH did. So from here to here, we're at about 16%. I mean, not too shabby at all. All right, but we are, remember, in the shorter time frames, or in the shorter time of things, we are in a corrective phase now. So let's try to see where we are going to stabilize before we actually call anything. But again, if you see, for example, a bounce down here to the 55, right where 195 is, that's a good time to buy some, or start scaling back into Ethereum as well. All right. Anything else? Let's look at XLM. XLM has had a pretty steady uptrend as well. Don't go to sleep on XLM, although it is fighting to get above the 21. If it does get above the 21, watch out, because it could have another breakout moment there. All right. Let's see what else you guys want to look at. Let's look at some Tezos. Tezos is also one of those hot coins. So let's actually plot this line here, line of support. Still looking very, very healthy here. Again, trying to get above the 21 here. That's the 4 hour. If it does get above the 21, again, look at the volume also. Make sure it has plenty of buying pressure here, and we're getting to or above the exponential here on the volume indicator. Also, let's look at the RSI. The RSI is starting to curve, so I mean, just keep your eye on it if it's a play that you are interested in. If we do get a bullish cross on the RSI, then definitely, again, just be aware that this could actually have a nice little run. Tesla's entering the top 10. I think we talked about it on our last video. Tesla's entering the top 10 for the first time. So all of you Tesla's bag holders, congratulations to you. That's awesome. Let's hope that Tesla's, for your sake, keeps going up in the ladder of things here. So, all right. So that is all that I have for you guys tonight. Hopefully, you got something in exchange for your valuable time here tonight. I thank you for being here. If I miss anything, definitely leave it down in the comments. Would love to chat it up with you guys, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and also go to Twitter and follow me there. Love to chat it up with you guys. All right, have a great night. We'll see you guys on the next one.